Welcome back to Rasisi in the Czech Republic for the EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. I'm Rich Smith. You're currently looking at the medal presentations going on. We have just had one of the first heats of the small boat mixed Premier and Fun cruise. So this is local cruise and Premier mixed cruise competing in small boats. We had the first heat. We will be showing you the heat 2 and all of the other heats and the repechages through to the semi-final and grand finals towards the end of the day to bring the day to an end. But here's the medal ceremony taking place at the moment. 4 proud teams from Hungary. I think the Great Britain team are around the medal podium at the area at the moment. So, it's Poland with their backs to us, silver medal, Hungarians with the gold, and the bronze medal for the Germans. This is a junior team. I hope you have many, many more years in the sport. For the rest of this day at the European Nations Championships, we will be bringing you the last races, which is the last category, which is small boat mixed Premier plus Fun. So we always have fun anyway, but fun basically means that we're going to involve some of the local Czech crews competing against country crews. We've had the first race, which involved a number of local teams in Heat 1. We haven't had the results for that yet, but it was Podripski. Oh, we have got the results. Thank you. So, Dragon Team Predontin 58.8, Switzerland Premier Mixed 1 minute 1.1, Draktik Pivovar 103.2, Mesto Siu 103.8, Top Advert 115.3. So the first 2 qualify for the next round, and we go into Heat 2. Sorry, the first 2 qualify for the semi-final actually. So we'll stay with this for the rest of the afternoon. You've probably got about an hour and a half of transmission left before we leave you at the end of this day, so that you can regroup, have a nice meal out. It's Saturday night, and then join us again tomorrow for the last day of the European Nations Dragon Boat Championships, the EDBF Dragon Boat Championships. And we've got Fun Sexy Team. That should be interesting. In lane 1, we've got Wobenzem in lane 2, Hungary Premier Mixed in 3, Pisner Dragons in lane 4, Bacalari, a Czech team in lane 5, and Multipower, another Czech team in lane 6. So Murray will be going to Murray in a moment, and he'll be taking us through the race commentary for this Heat 2 small boat mix Premier and Fun. So this is race 56.
Again, the fun, Heat 2, there are 3 heats, and then they've got some repechage and semi-finals and so forth. And the boats are up in the starting area. So I see there's one's gone darting off way upstream. Well, up the course, I should say. 1 and 2 go into the semi-finals. 3 to 6 go into the repechage. So we've got our same system applied to the local folks. They're coming in at a gentle pace. Meanwhile, the medal presentations are busy pressing on. I saw somebody mentioned that there ought to be the cameras on the presentations, but it's the local. They're not on our circuit. It's the local local cameras that have got the big screen down below, and we don't always pick up the medal presentations, and they go on whether there's racing or not. I know we'd like to see our people in the next race, the next presentation. I see there's a Great Britain flag, Union Jack, waiting to be hoisted. GB got themselves a bronze medal in whatever that was. Right, now we've got 6 boats roughly in line. Get themselves straightened up a little bit, and they'll be sending them down the course. Now this one's got a load of people who we can probably just about pronounce. Do my best. Well, the winner ought to be in lane 3, the Hungarian mixed. Now I see lane 2 lost his toggle, and he's not doing an awful lot about finding it again. I think they've got it now. Lane 1's got themselves out of line. Need to do a bit of drawing on the windward side. They're all over the place at the moment. Lane 1 again. They're not as experienced as all the other paddlers you've seen so far. They've got to learn sometime. Roughly straight. Stand by now. It looks like they're getting ready. And they're off. Small boats. Top advert 2. Vorbenzim, Hungary Premier Mixed Team. Pilsner Dragons Czech. Bakalari Czech. And Multipower also Czech. And of course Hungary are showing the way, but the crews either side of them are not doing too badly. Lane 4 is ahead of lane 2, but Hungary is still showing the way, probably half a length ahead. And there we go. The Prisoner Dragons will be second. Or will they? Will they? 2 coming on, 2's coming on, 2's coming on. Women's yes, just pipped them at the post. And the others come in behind. So the first 2 will go through the semis. 3 to 6 will go into repechage. So There's one more heat. Then they start putting in the names for the repechage.
Interesting, interesting mix of races. A bit unusual. But here's the Hungarians celebrating their medals. We had an awful lot of medal ceremonies at the end of yesterday. And they are going on continuously whilst the races are on to catch up on all of the results from grand finals earlier. But all these athletes, that's what they really would love to win, medals. The Hungarians have, so they'll be happy tonight. Can see something going on the Hungarian boat. Here's the Hungarian boat. If you're just tuning in, then this is the EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships in live in Recife in the Czech Republic. We've been with you all day, and 200 meters has been the distance we have been following. We're now towards the end of the day with the last batch of races. We're going through heats for the small boat mixed premier plus fun, so that's basically local teams joining together with the mixed teams to compete on a head-to-head. We will have a grand final taking place at about 6:45 or thereabouts today. And then that will bring us to the end of the transmission for today. We will then be back in the morning at about 10 to 9 Central European time. So that's 0850 Central European time to start the majority of the day, which will be the 500 meters blue ribbon event. Over double the distance of what we've seen today, but not quite as long as the 2,000 meters, obviously. And so it will be a combination of having that sprinting capability of the 200, but a little bit more endurance and stamina to keep going over a longer distance. And that's why it's, I guess, regarded as the blue ribbon event, because with the 200, if you get a really good start and then can keep the momentum going, then sometimes it's almost impossible for other teams to catch up with you. Whereas in the 500, even if you get a really good start, there's a little bit more distance for some of the other teams to maybe show their true pedigree, if you like. Anyway, these are the small boats, the small boat category that were developed to enable the development of the sport, particularly in areas where there weren't enough people to get into a traditional 22-person boat. So the small boat enables smaller clubs to be formed initially, and then you can grow and develop from there. So a nice view of the lake, a little bit of ripple on the water from the wind, but it's been perfect conditions all day. Nice view of the Dragon, calm at the moment, but will be fiery as soon as that shotgun goes off on the 200 meter start. Nothing like it, open water. A team willing to put their all into a race. You just can't beat it. Remember, for all TV Dragon Boat fans, we will be in Italy in a month's time for our Ravenna, near the seaside, at their National Rowing Centre in Ravenna, for the World Club Crew Championships. And our cameras will be there to capture it all. But instead of just getting 3 days, you're going to get 6 days. We're all very lucky people. So, what's happening in the chat room, Phil?
Hello, Richard. Yes. Okay. So Diana in the chat room is saying, "Well done to Ian Rains. Love you so much." X smiley face. Had a few comments about us not covering ceremonies. We can't do that because they're going on at the same time as racing, and we feel that you probably want to see the racing more than the ceremonies, unfortunately. So that is sort of out of our control. Okay. Back to you, Rich.
Certainly is, and at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, Dragon Boat Racing. We captured about 2 hours of the medal ceremonies last night, one after the other, and hopefully somebody you knew who you wanted to see was in those ceremonies. But they are running simultaneous with the racing, and it's racing what we're here for. And also at the end of the day, we, like the BBC and Sky and everybody else out there, are making a programme. So thank you for the feedback. We'll try and cover a nice balance of everything for you. But at the end of the day, we must get that racing down. And the next race is not too far away. Welcome back to Racisi. I'm Rich Smith. This is the 11th EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. We are sorry for that delay, that taking off of our program offline. We had a huge power cut across the whole stadium, and it knocked us out for the last 20 minutes or so. And nothing was happening, no loudspeakers, no race commentaries, no registration abilities, no management of the systems, no race control, nothing at all. We just had to be patient and wait for the power to come back online, which it now has. So thank you for being patient with us. We are now back. We are in this small boat mix, a sort of premier mix and a fun crew attached to it. Here are the runners and riders for this next race, which is the first semi-final. So that's good. We've got a first semi-final, and it is Mesto Stew in lane 1, Wobenzum in lane 2, Dragon Team Predonin in 3, KVS Stew in lane 4, Dressy Zateki Pivotar in lane 5, and Pivo Zaloom in lane 6. I'm happily informed that Murray is back to join us now that we have power and connection with him. We are preparing for this race now. The boats are just getting into line. We'll give you commentary on it, and this is the first semi-final.
You've been told the names. I will tell you the boat numbers.
Yes.
So you've got to apply the boat names that you were given just now.
I'm sure they wrote them all down very quickly, Murray.
Oh, it could have been.
Our listeners and viewers are diligent like that. They would have written them down perfectly from my perfect pronunciation.
Yeah, so we're just waiting one boat to get itself sorted. One, two, three, four, five, 6 boats, yes. And we're competing again with the medal presentation.
Please let me introduce the medal holders. On the bronze position, there is a team of Czech Republic.
So this is an add-on to the formal presentation. I noticed the people down in race control are leaving it to the local people to do their own arrangements of who's in the next race and so on. But let me just have a look and see what it says about the semis.
On the silver position, there is a team of Germany.
So unfortunately we cannot give you repeats of the race lineup at the moment because all of our systems are down, the computers, all the power knocked out, everything. We're having to reboot everything and wait to be informed of who are in these races. It is this race is a wholly local team race, all part of this small boat category.
And they're off. They're off. See which crew. Look at number 2 is still woefully out of time. They haven't had the practice that others may well have done. Several different styles of paddling in the boats. It looks like number 3 and 5 look to be the favourites to win. But 2 now, it's when they get it together, when they're all paddling at the same time, they're doing very well. But unfortunately, that's only intermittent. Yeah, look at that. Now they're pulling up. Now they've got themselves going. But the lane 3 and 5 will be the first 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2. 1 and 6 very close together. And that's the semi-final. So presumably half of those will go forward to the final and half of the next semi-final will go forward. And they will carry those names with them.
So there we go. Dragon Team Bredonin was the team that won that race according to the official, well not official, the unofficial result. We will give you it when we know it, and I shall try my best to give you it in perfect pronunciation, just like I did before. A little bit of backroom bickering in the studio. I don't know what they mean. My English is perfect, except when it's flawed. Anyway, it's a great day. We've had everything thrown at us, but the Dragon boat will not stop. It will not stop for anything. Once that gun goes off, it will only stop when it crosses the line. Another race has crossed the line. It was the first semi-final. We are for a second semi-final, and then of course it's grand final time once we've gone through the minor finals and tail races. There's the German team, I think, that are just that's the Premier mixed team that won the gold medal earlier today in the standard boat, and they were very, very proud to do so because the women's German team also won the Premier event. So they had a clean sweep on gold medals, Germany. Ukraine also got a bronze. They'll be happy with that because it was a very tough competition, especially with the Czechs who got silver. There's a little bit of a time delay while the next semi-final goes into gear, but they're loading the boats down below. Just checking what's going on. Yes, the boats are loading, unloading and loading.
And in the medal ceremony down below, Ukraine have got themselves another gold ahead of a German crew.
Well, hey,
they're doing well. And who are the other people involved? There's the Czech Republic. So gold Ukraine, silver Czech Republic, and silver Germany, and bronze Czech Republic. And that looks like a mixed crew, standard boat size. Just which of those I don't know, but they're certainly enjoying themselves down there. Oh golly, yes, here we go, a big sing-song.
The Czechs are doing a bit of a dance for us.
That sounds like a football dance, doesn't it?
Yep, certainly does.
Football spectators kind of song.
If you're just coming back from a Saturday shift at work and trying to catch the last bit of the European Dragon Boat action, then you are still with us. We did have a little bit of a power cut earlier where the whole stadium shut down, but that's over. We're all rebooted. We're into semi-final 2 of the small boat category, mixed teams. And after that, we've got a tail race, a minor final, and a grand final that was scheduled for 6:45. Don't know whether that's still going to be the case, given the power cuts delay that we had. However, we will stay with it to the end. And then we will be back with a vengeance. As Murray has said in his commentaries about the Dragon, we'll be back with a vengeance tomorrow morning. We'll be kicking off the program at 8:50 with first race starting at 9 o'clock for the 500 meter blue ribbon event. And we have a full schedule to show you. Hopefully you will see whoever you're supporting on the television tomorrow at the IDBF Dragonboat.tv channel, and also the same channel is on our BeliefSport.tv channel, so please tune in. Please keep sending us our messages on the chat line. But right now, there's Ukraine national anthem for their gold medal experience. Let's just enjoy the sound of that national anthem for a moment.
Well, one boat got themselves up in the area of the start, the second boat just leaving us, the third boat just leaving us. That's Hungary. So I should imagine the Hungary team probably will qualify for the final. Be surprised if they don't.
They could probably win this one, I think.
Yes, the Switzerland team is not that strong, is it?
I haven't had a chance to see what the times were for the Czech team, so you never know. They could give Hungary a run for their money.
And there goes boat number 4, so we are not far off being ready to have another race. A nice tune for their national anthem.
Lucky me. So that's small boat semi-final, first semi-boat final. Dragon team, Predonin 59.1. KVS, thank you very much, local results people. For even I cannot do 6 boats in 1 second on the time results. So we'll stay with the German team, and I think we'll get another flash of the results in a minute. They're staying with the team photograph of the Ukrainians, the Germans and the Czechs. And here we go for the second semi-final. I'm sure Murray will want to rapidly get these down. PIFO MMX in lane 1, Switzerland Premier Mixed in 2, Hungary lane 3, Dragon Team Predonin in lane 4, Pisner Dragons in lane 5, and Bud Lepsi in lane 6. Final pictures of the medal presentation for the Ukrainian gold, German silver and Czech Republic bronze medal. Great stuff, guys. Well done. Congratulations. Well deserved. You gave us a great grand final. The boat's almost in possession on the start line. Really looking forward to hearing Murray present this second semi-final.
Numbers, not words.
Yes, he's primed and ready with his numbers. But the Hungary and I think the Swiss team are in this one, semi-finals.
Yes, let's see how some of these local teams match up to the internationals. Ah, the cowbells are around. I can hear them, if not, I can't see them. You certainly hear them when the race starts. Oh yes, I've seen them now, 3 or 4 of them.
Thank you very much, and we are continuing in our medal celebrations program.
Boat number 1 has come. They've off. Lane number 1 was a long way off. I didn't think he had hold of his toggle. Well, it looks like boat number 6 is holding off the internationals at the moment. Now's the time to get going. Lanes 4 and 6 seem to be doing pretty well. Lane 6 certainly looks to be ahead of, Switzerland, maybe ahead of Hungary as well. Let's see what they come up with. Are they pulling up each stroke? Yeah. Hungary now getting themselves into in position to lead. 3, 4, 2, 6, 5, and 1. Good. So Hungary have justified their position. And meanwhile, this chap still keeps going on with his medal presentations, and the bells are churning away.
So you've just seen the second semi-final. That can mean only one thing, that we are now in possession, once the officials have confirmed it, the runners and riders for the grand final of the small boat 200 meters Premier Mixed teams. Hungary took that one. I think there was a Czech team in second place, followed by the Swiss in third. And then we're ready for a grand final. Once we got through the tail final and the minor final, it will be grand final time. Still possible that we could hit 6:45 as the schedule, but we will just have to wait and see how quick the tail race and the minor final is done. But we are down at the medal ceremony area one more time as more teams mill into the area. Again, it's the Germans in the gold medal position, with the Czech Republic in the silver next to them. These teams have been at the podium more times than I think any other team over this European Championships. Ukraine have been in there as well. Great Britain we've seen quite a lot of around the medal podium area, as we have Poland. But it is the Germans, the Czech Republic, receiving their medals now. Gold and silver. Some interesting Indian sort of tomahawk type yelps going on out there, if that's the right word for it. So grand final coming. 2 more races, 2 grand final. The tail race to decide the last places, and then the minor final And then we are into the grand final, where I believe 6 teams will compete for the small boat, mixed, premier and fun. We've got the local organiser has added in Czech teams into this international lineup. Not the normal thing to do, but anyway, that's we didn't write the program. We're just making the TV. Have we got anybody left in the chat room, Mr. Keeler?
There's a few people talking away in their own languages and saying hello to each other, yes. And I do believe my mother's watching, which is quite nice for her.
How do you know that then?
Because she's called Selzy Bill. That's her secret handle in the chat room, you see. But not so secret anymore. So, hello, Mother.
And she says she's going out for fish and chips.
Lovely. That's nice. We'll be having pasta, won't we, and chicken.
We will, but does she not realise that this is an international event and she can't go off for fish and chips halfway through it?
No, you need to be watching for the next 3 hours. Or 2 hours.
Well, I won't be here in the next 3 hours.
Well, maybe you'll probably make me do a show on my own then.
You're incapable of doing a show on your own. It's a team approach that we have here, Mr. Keeler. We don't want any prima donnas. I'm not a prima donna. Everybody knows that. I'm a nice, gentle, quiet sort of person. Very team inclusive. What was that?
So very timid.
A very timid chap. Yes, that's me. I'm not very. Well, I don't like going up to strangers, but they seem to like coming up to me. But another man who is no stranger to dragon boating is our very own Murray Jones, and he's just waiting patiently, like a savage, wanting to attack that microphone for the next race. But we don't have any runners and riders, Murray.
Nothing inside.
There's nobody loading the boats, so presumably they haven't worked out who's going in these races yet. So we'll just hang about, happy to soak up the sunshine and take in the views. We've seen some beautiful views today. And there's Father Christmas. I don't know his name, but he is a dead ringer for Father Christmas. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying that. No, it's not Brian Hartley. He's somewhere else. But there is another gentleman from the German team who has a wonderful silver beard and a full head of silver hair, which I envy greatly. But it's Germany. Germany taking the gold. So not for the first time we hear, again, the German national anthem. Football World Cup winners, multiple Dragon Boat gold medal winners at these European Nations Dragon Boat Championships, the European Dragon Boat Federation Championships, to decide the best teams in Europe this year in 2014. There's a lot of great activity happening in Europe, as we've been saying all along through this championships. We will be going on to our next destination in Europe, which will be Italy, for the World Club Crew Championships.
I went to a cricket match on the day before I came out here and watched England coming second in a test match against India. Don't know what they're doing now. There's starting again today and going on.
Did you go and watch them live?
I went and watched them at Lord's.
Oh, fantastic.
Watched them coming second. Yeah, it's a shame. They had a proud record, but they've let slip.
All the fans are cheering the team from the stadium, from where they're standing. We saw the Italians celebrating as well earlier, but it's the Germans' turn now.
Who's that come from? Hi, Murray, what's that?
There's the results from the
Canadian
small boat mixed Premier
Canadian heat, is that?
semi-final 2. Hungary
Hello to you.
59.2. First place. Dragon
Plenty-
Team
plenty of
Predonin
heat around here.
59.9. Switzerland Premier in 1 minute dead 0.4. Bud Lepsky in 4th place 101.6. Pisner Dragons 103.0. And Pivo MMX 106.6 in 6th place. The first 3 qualify for the final, and we will give you the full lineup of that grand final very shortly. Two races to go to the grand final, the tail race and the minor final. Here's the list for the tail race, and it's checked.
Hi,
it's a
Vic.
full check lineup. Top advert in 1, fun sexy team in 2, multi-power in 3, top advert 3 in 4th lane, and Bakalafi in lane 5. So this is the tail race to decide the last placings, the lower placings in this competition.
We're on a different host of the internet, and after the first half an hour ours went off, overloaded, and then we had the power cut. When it came back, some people decided to switch their computers off, and we've got back onto the I've now got the chat stream again. Interesting. One, two, three, four, 5 boats. We had 5 on that list, didn't we? Yes, we've got 5 boats. And the boat there, they're quite uncoordinated going up to the start.
Interesting background drum beat going on. Oh.
I'm trying to get her iPad to work.
Yeah, got some fancy music going on
Celebrations
down
going on
below.
outside, but we are waiting for this race to start, the tail race of the small boat mixed Premier Mixed Racing.
Sun's done the rounds, and it's now gone below where the shielding cover keeps us out of it. So we've got sun coming across our screens, and we're trying to look up the course against the light at the teams. Lanes 1 and 2 have still to get themselves attached to the starting position. And 1 has done the job. 1 more to go.
These guys on camera, they're all dancing way down here, but we're about to start the race. boat. Premier mixed category, 200 metres.
Right, now they are all roughly where they ought to be, and somebody will be setting them off any moment. And this is a local race. Local teams have entered for this add-on to the European Championships. 200-metre dash. I think they've all let go their toggles, and the wind is slowly blowing them across the course. You have to wait for them all to get themselves in the right position again. If somebody doesn't say go now. There, they've said it. They're off. Yeah. A fairly steady start by them. Now, where is the... I think lane 6, when they can all get into the stroke. There's one chap there who's waving his paddle like a aeroplane propeller. Right. So it should be a sort of a V shape of boats coming up, because the seeding is such that the middle lane is usually the fastest, but lane 6 is doing very well. It's going to be, so it's between lanes 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Three going to take it. Are they? If they can all stay together. Yeah. 3, 5, 4, 1, 2. And a white flag from the umpire, so everything was correct on that race. And the next thing we do is the first 3 will qualify to go through to the final. That should be. What's next? Small boat, semi 2. Then we got it, tails, minor, and grand. 3 races to go.
Na trzecim popędzyn Olympia Fitness. Wysekani borcy jako ze żury.
Is that somebody asking what country we're from? We're all from the United Kingdom here. We were together in China last month, or in May, and we're going to be in Italy next month. Or in September, beginning of September, and we'll be doing this all over again. There's that lull, and the murmur of conversation of people down there. Just seeing which of the beer tents has got more people outside them. And I think it's the first one, and then about the 4th one. The organisers have set up a series of souvenirs and photographs and several beer things. There's a cocktail lounge and a great big eating area, and a little fun fair at the end. I think the funfair have been fairly careful and put some of their stuff away until they're ready to go. Well, with dragon boaters around, you never know what's going to happen. Dodgems, there's a big carousel thing going there. And then just below us there's a stage as well as the large screen with results and things. That's not with us, it's not connected with us. but we can plug into the odd camera that those people has. Been a hot day, probably 30 degrees or so, with hardly any wind. There's a little breeze now, and it's a headwind for the paddlers. And the first of the boats going out for the next race. And people still getting into their boats.
Welcome to Recife. We're heading towards the last two races of this second day in the European Nations Dragger Boat Championships, the EDBF, European Dragger Boat Federation. The best in Europe is here to compete and decide the medals. We've seen a lot of medals decided today, with Germany having a clean sweep in the Premier Open and Women's races earlier today in the standard boats. This is the small boat Premier Mixed event that we're now watching. This is the minor final that we're preparing for now, and then the last race of the day will be that grand final, and we will bring you the starters for that grand final, and then that is the end of transmission for today. But we will be back, of course, tomorrow for the last day of racing, day 3, for the blue ribbon event, 500 meters, and then I'm afraid it's all over for another 2 years. But Europe, do not fear, because Ravenna will soon be here, and we will be there televising it live. 6 days of Dragon Boat coverage at the World Club Crew Championships. Clubs all over the world. Is he trying to say what a load of rubbish? I hope not, because it isn't. Dragon boating is a tremendous sport. I hope you've enjoyed the last 2 days of coverage. The 2,000 meters yesterday gave us a glimpse of how these dragon boats are versatile. They can be steered very skillfully, but if you have the right person on the back of the boat. And we saw some great overtaking yesterday, and we saw some great medals decided. Germans, Hungarians, Ukrainians, the Great Britain team, the Poland team, they've all been in the mix. Italy won a medal today. They were delighted and were dancing away at the sheer joy of seeing themselves in the medal podium area. Italy is the place that we will be very soon. I'm looking forward to it immensely. Thousands of athletes in their way to Ravenna for the World Crew Championships. We heard from Claudio Schermi earlier today, telling us about what we can expect and look forward to in Ravenna. But let's not get too carried away, because right now we're still in Recife. This is the EDBF European Championships, European Nations Championships, and we're waiting for the minor final. Let me just take a look behind. Let's see what we're doing, and it is almost ready to go. Let's go back to Murray Jones for the start of this minor final. Murray.
Here we go for the minor final, and we haven't seen a list of the runners and riders for this one, which is a shame. It's all of these ones are being run on the local circuit. We have got one screen, but we haven't seen the. Sorry, I'm waiting to hear something else. Sorry? Yeah. Here it comes now. Small boat, minor final. Pivo Zlaun, Pisner Dragons, Wabentzim, Bud Lepsies, SVK, Misto Stoy, CZ, and Pivo MMX. That's the 6 boats in this minor final. And they're all off. That's it. Here they go now. They're all paddling a little better than they were on the first race, which is what happens when you've got the fun cruise. They get the idea. And there's one that's totally out of time, but it'll still be up there with the leaders. The boat lane number 3 in chaotic style. There's some arms coming up and all sorts of times. And it looks like they must have a couple of really good paddlers at the front, because the rest of them aren't really helping much. But they're doing very well. Quite surprising. It looks like 3 are going to do it, and they're both sides of different strike rate, paddling at different rates. Lane 3, lane 2, lane 5, lane 4 and 6 very close together, and lane 1 coming along. Oh, jolly good. Gosh, they were so horribly out of sync. I never expected to see them, never expected to see them to be up the front there. I thought they were going to be way off the back. So they won the minor final. So if we have 6 boats in the final, that means they came 7th overall. But of course, as it was called a final, then they've a reason to celebrate.
Richard, do you want to do an interview with that lady?
Yeah, Richard's in amongst the crowd still.
No, right now, because we won't see you tomorrow.
Well, we're cutting across to Richard in a moment to have a chat with the lady he's met down on the towpath.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Here we go.
2, 1. Cue Rich.
That's final, and every morning when we have breakfast, there's a young lady called Alexandra who has breakfast, not necessarily with us, but she's on one of the tables, and we've seen her all week. And she isn't a dragon boater, but she has just been watching that and said she really liked it. And unfortunately for her, I've just asked her to come on this quick interview. So, Alexandra, what did you think of that race?
Hello, how are you doing? I think it's great. I find it's very, very it's nice. I would like to try.
Yeah. But you said, have you been in a dragon boat once?
Yeah, once, easy, but the race, it's exciting. I like it.
Yeah. And what is your sport that you normally do?
I do flat water kayaking, and I race in K4, K2 and K1. So my favorite is K4, so I know the team spirit, so the dragon boat, it remembers me this, the team spirit, and this is very nice.
And you're a serious athlete. We've been admiring your muscles all week. You're you're on a training camp, aren't you, with, is it Argentina?
Yeah, I paddle for Argentina, and in 2 weeks we have a World Championship in Moscow. So we are training hard.
So you're not going home to Argentina, you're staying here and then going straight to Moscow?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, thank you for stopping to talk to us. You are live on a global TV channel. So everybody around the world has just seen your interview, and thank you for telling us about your views on dragon boating. And do you think you might get in a dragon boat again?
I would, seriously. I hope I have an opportunity and I can try it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. See you at breakfast.
See you.
Okay, take care. Thank you. Okay, well, here are the results of that minor final. And first place was Wobbinzim with 103.8 in first place. Pisner Dragons 104.0. Second place Mesto Stetti 105.9. Budlepsi in fourth 106.2. Pivo MMX 106.5. And finally in sixth place Pivo Zalum 109.2. So, nice to talk to Alexandria. Like we say, she's an extremely talented athlete. You could tell that by the size of her muscles. She trains every day at this training camp. in Racisi, and in 2 weeks' time she will be at the World Championships herself for her own sports disciplines. But she, as an impartial, objective person, really love watching dragon boating. Anyway, here are the runners and riders for the grand final. Drasi Zadeki Pivomar in first lane, Dragon Team Predonin 1 in second lane, Dragon Team Predonin A in the third lane. Sorry, we've just lost that link. We'll give you the other 3 teams when we know it. I know one of them's Hungary and one of them is Switzerland. So we've just got one more team to let you know about. And then we'll be back to Murray for this final, this grand final. Let me have a look. Nobody up there at the moment at the start line, but they're just starting to leave the pontoons now. I can see them. A lot of the Swiss team are here again, and we know they're here again because they're ringing their bells. Keep ringing those. The Swiss team, keep going. They're cheering on their team. They want their team to do well. Keep going. Are they going to win?
Yes, sure. I can't speak anymore. For sure. They will win.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's going to come second?
I can't talk anymore. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm talking all day.
Last day of competition for the competition for
So
500
you're.
meters here in the tower.
So are you coming first today?
Yes. Yes.
Who's going to come second?
I think Hungary is gonna come second.
They may think otherwise, but it's going to be a fun race, and hopefully you'll beat the local teams. Yes.
Yes, that's yes. Everyone else is gonna come in second. Switzerland is gonna come in first, definitely.
Are you going to be ringing those bells again when they come past? Yeah?
Of course.
Yeah, I think I shall stand out the way. They're too noisy for me.
Maybe yes.
And I don't want to get knocked out while I'm commentating. Right. I'm going to get out of the way. Good luck. Enjoy. Have a good grand final.
Thank you.
Okay.
Keep your fingers crossed for us.
Do we really need to keep my fingers crossed? Do I want to try? Go on. For the TV. Are you watching this, guys? What do you do? Is it this? Hey, this is good. Maybe I could join the team. Yeah? Maybe not as a paddler, but maybe as a bell ringer. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you. The race is about to start. I'm with the cowboys and girls, if that's the right way to say it, the cow ringers. Could you give us one quick ring before this race starts? Go on then, go for it. Okay, thank you very much, Swiss team. Good luck. We're going to go to Murray Jones for the start of this race. Here is the grand final.
We've got lane 1, Drasi Sadetsky. Lane 2, Dragon Team Predonin. Lane 3, Dragon Team Predonin A. And then 4 is Hungary. And 5 is KVS SETI. And 6 is Switzerland. So this is the last race of the day. The final of Premier Mixed Fun and Small Boats. So small boats, 10-seaters. We have 4 of the 6 in the starting blocks and ready to go for the other 2 just coming in alongside the pontoons. And they're all there now, so we should be getting close. We expect Hungary should Hungary should be in the lead. Who knows? Haven't heard much on the chat line for a while. I have to wait till the last few races of the day to get back to the chat room. I think we had 47 listeners when we started the day, but we got rather more during the day. So they're getting in position now. They look ready to go. There and they are. They're going. They're off. Yes, Hungary stirring up a lot of water in lane 3. Who's there? Hungary's boat 4 and Switzerland. But boat 3 is holding Hungary quite well. Switzerland coming up with a good one, and the cowbells now ringing loudly. And they're really thumping their paddles into the water in the Swiss boat on the far side in lane 6. But it looks like lane number 3 is going to take this. They're really turning up. 3 are going to do it. 3, 1, 4, 3, 6, 4, 5, 2, 1. Well done, the local team. Somebody's hurting in the front of that boat. I hope the medical people are watching. We have no way of, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, he looked a little bit stressed, the stroke on the right hand side of that boat at the end. But we do need to make sure that people are looked after if they are in some sort of distress. So that's the last race of the day. We'll shortly be hearing Richard's voice again. I can see him out in his usual little spot down below. And we still have our friend yelling his head off on the presentation desk. And we're just now gently moving towards a quiet evening. Well, it won't be so quiet, will it? It'll be all kinds of noises coming along this fairground. Oh, I see the carousels going again now. Some people in the seats. I think if one of those seats came loose, it would end up in the rowing course. The job's just started for the servicing people here now, because they've got to take all these 6 pontoons out to the 500 metres ready for tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And they have these wires the full length of the race course.
European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. We've just seen the last race of the day.
By the way, there is
it was won by the Czech team.
Here in the tower.
The second place was the Hungarians, and the third place was Switzerland.
Here in Jenny, are you ready to be on a managers meeting?
We've had a wonderful second day here.
Waiting for you.
We're not going to be in a position to give you the result of that last race. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign off. We're going to cherish the moments we've had today. We're going to look forward to what's coming tomorrow, which is the 500 metres championships, and then that will be the end of European championships for another 2 years. But they will be back in a year with the European Club Crew Championships, and of course, coming up in September will be the World Club Crew Championships in Ravenna in Italy. We'll just hang on because we may be able to give you that result, but we know it was definitely the Czech team who won it followed by the Hungarians, and then the Swiss team in the third place position. Tomorrow is a very detailed 500-meter program. 500-meter program that's going to test the athletes to their limits of endurance and speed. And here is that result. Dragon Team Predonin with a time of 57.5 in first. Switzerland Premier Mixed 58.4. Hungary Premier Mixed 58.4. And the remaining Czech teams coming in 4th, 5th and 6th. But we have got the Swiss team, and they have won it. They have won. They've beaten Hungary. They've beaten Hungary. That's a great achievement. Well done to the Swiss team. They will be very happy to have made that and beaten the Hungarians. Very, very close. Look at it. 58.45 versus 58.46. Fantastic way to end the day. Lots and lots of highlights.
National anthem of Switzerland. Come here back because they will
So
the medal trophy.
we're going to be back from 9 a.m. Central European time here in Recife in the Czech Republic. My name's Rich Smith. I hope you've enjoyed being with us for this second day of the EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. We look forward to seeing you in the morning. So without further ado, stay tuned, enjoy it, connect with us in the chat room, and we'll see you in the morning.